And nothing shocks me anymore at the NCAA championships. We see it every year. You always see a star somehow or another, or some stars not make it back, not only to the consoles, but especially to the big dance.
There's Kevin Gormson from Virginia, 5th last year at the NCAAs. You saw Gan Ching from Indiana. She's in lane 1. Lane 3, Jillian Cox.
Might be the favorite here.
And Anna Poplawski gets lane 4 for the start. She was 3rd last year. Finishing up her strong Indiana career. And here's another swimmer to watch, Aurora Rogaire of Stanford, part of a terrific relay win last night. She was 4th in the 500 free last year. Virginia freshman Katie Grimes will be in lane 6. Rachel Steggy, Georgia senior, will be in lane 7. She was 7th in last year's, 5th 2 years ago here. And Mila Nikanora, freshman at Ohio State, will be in lane 8.
Poplawski's got that. Talk about Olympic experience. Part of that silver medal winning freestyle relay, 800 free relay back in Paris. Jillian Cox, how about the bridesmaid, Jillian Cox? 3rd, Ted, in the 400 free and the 800 free at the Olympic trials, right? Just missing making the Olympic team. You know, you've got to be pulling for her just a little bit. Comes in with a top time in the country. I liked the way she looked this morning. I really did. And then Katie Grimes.
But fascinating that 19-year-old Katie Grimes in lane 6, she is the only swimmer in this 8 that's gone under 4:30.
Yeah, and she also has she's the 3rd fastest performer. Forget about performances. Katie's got all of those, but she's the 3rd fastest performer in history, only behind Katie Ledecky and another name you might recognize, Summer McIntosh. Poplawski looking good early on, 24-2. He's not wasting any time, is she? I just thought she looked really good in the prelim. She was 2:13 at the halfway point, meaning she went 2:20 the second half, but I thought she shut it down, completely shut it down on the second half. But she's gonna have some tough swimmers in here. Right next to her, right there on the bottom, that's Jillian Cox, who's been 4:30 as well. One of the fastest times in history. Could we see a swimmer dip under 30? I don't think it's gonna take under 30 to win it.
And Grimes is 3rd from the top. Katie Grimes, we mentioned, the Virginia freshman.
Right, there she is, right there. She's not out of it. She can definitely come back.
That's going to be 1, 2, 3 at the 150 is that threesome.
Yep, and Grimes won the silver medal in the 400 IM in Paris. She also swam the 1500 freestyle in Paris as well, and so you know she's got that great distance background, open water Olympian, so she's not going to die on you. She may not have the speed that these swimmers like Poplawski and Cox have, but she's got the comeback, but she has dug herself a hole right now, and you can see Jillian Cox, another good reason why I love the way she looked all year long. She's never panicked in any situation whatsoever. She's 27.5 there, Ted. Poplawski was 27.9, so she outsplit her by about 0.4 of a second.
It's about a half a body length gap here.
Well, let's look at the 50 again. 28 flat for Poplawski and 27.8. So again, a couple of tenths, 2, 3, 4 tenths faster each time, and you can see her just starting to track her down just a little bit.
So here will be the measure now. That's the halfway mark. We'll see if Poplawski, how she swims the back half of the race compared to what you talked about in the prelims.
Well, you know, Cox is a great back half swimmer. In fact, she was a little faster than Poplawski this morning on the back half. Doesn't tell you a lot in the morning. Both of them were not going to have trouble coming back, but again, a little bit faster each time. She was 0.2 faster there, 27.7, 28 flat. And now she might just go by her on this 50.
And Rogaire of Stanford has edged past Grimes, so Rogaire of Stanford right now is third as they turn at 350.
Well, Rogaire is actually outsplitting Cox at this point. Oh, Rogaire right above Poplawski. You see Poplawski, Ted? She's right there with the white cap. Hard to miss her. Right above her, there's Rogaire. Rogaire might have a chance to at least go by Poplawski. I don't think she can catch Cox because Cox is now starting to really look spectacular.
But there it is. The race is right in the middle of the pool. 100 to go. It is Cox, Texas, Poplawski, Indiana, Rogaire, Stanford, Grimes, Virginia. But Cox is lengthening.
Rogaire can see Poplawski underneath her, but she can't see Cox way down there, but it won't matter. Cox is running away with this one now. Not even close with 50 yards left to go.
And the last 50, and it is going to be a pretty good race here for second. Cox well beyond the body length ahead, but Rogaire seems to have a slight edge on Poplawski.
And here comes Grimes right above Rogaire.
Well, it is Jillian Cox of Texas is going to get the Longhorns a win in the 500. Rogaire, Grimes is pushing hard for second. This is coming to the wall for second place, and it is Stanford, Rogaire second, Poplawski, Indiana third, and Grimes, Virginia fourth. 4:31:58.
From a sentimental standpoint, you've got to be really happy for Jillian Cox. I mean, you really do, Ted. I'm sure you're watching this, and everybody has their own university and individual you're cheering for, but Jillian Cox, 2 times last summer, missed making the Olympic team. Here's that turn right there where things changed hands, and you could see her go by her, and then by the last turn, it was over. Didn't go quite as fast as she went back in November, but here you can throw that right out the window. Who cares about the clock when you can grab the win, baby?
And
Have you heard that before? Just win,
just
baby.
Win. The time for Jillian Cox, she has the fastest NCAA time this year. That's the third fastest. Rogaire comes in second. Poplawski was only 0.3 off a personal best. How well she swam that, finishing third, and Katie Grimes, a very strong late push, still gets 4.
All right, that's...
All right, I did see. We already have a Texas champ. Elizabeth?
Jillian Cox, first-time NCAA individual champion. Such a smart, patient, controlled race. Was that part of the strategy, or was a lot of it kind of your surroundings and the environment that you were in?
A lot of it was my surroundings. I've raced these girls. I kind of know how they swim it. The 500 freestyle is long, so you just got to kind of play it by 100 and know how you're going to feel, and I feel like I'm really proud of how I executed that tonight.
You swam it perfectly. How did you know at what point it was time for you to make your move?
I don't know. I just felt like I had more left, and I just kind of pushed on it and hope I didn't die.
With this being your first NCAAs, what's your general overall impression first night for you?
It's scary. Walking out and seeing all these people is really intimidating, but nothing we haven't all done before, so you just got to go out there and do your thing.
And you did just that. NCAA champion Jillian Cox, congratulations.
Thank you so much.